What's up, Tang Gang? Gang. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for coming back for another episode of Tana.d hair care. Anyway, so in today's video, as mentioned in my fall lookbook from last week, if you guys haven't gone and watched that, I will link it up below so you guys can go check that out. Drop a few comments, click that like button, show us some love. So in today's video, I will be doing a hair porosity 101 video for you guys, kind of part of my hair education series. As promised, this is kind of going on as a continuation after my hair type 101 video, which again, if you haven't gone and watched that, also be linked up above. It feels like I haven't filmed them forever because the way I filmed, it was like I filmed way ahead of time. Like that fall lookbook video, I filmed like a week and a half before I actually dropped it, and I haven't like filmed since then. And this is a long weekend, so I'm like mass producing content for you guys again because school has gotten really busy lately and just my life has been pretty hectic, so I haven't had a lot of time to film. So it literally feels like I haven't filmed in like forever and I've kind of missed you guys. I'm sorry that I have not been releasing content as often as I would like, but I'm gonna get back on that because we gotta chase the bag. We gotta chase it. Anyway, if you're new here, nice to meet you. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy yourself here. I hope you choose to stay, click that subscribe button, click the notification bell so you guys know when I release my new videos. And I'm pretty sure that is it for this intro, so let's get to it. Alright, so I have quite a few points for you guys today because I gotta share my knowledge with you. So I've got my notes here so that I don't go off topic. Got a plan, got a plan. Also, it's Thanksgiving here in Canada today, so to all you Canadian people and all you not Canadian people, happy Thanksgiving! So before making this video and before the idea to make this video even came up, it came to my attention that I do use these terms a lot, like hair porosity, hair type and stuff like that. And a lot of you, or like some of you who are new to the natural hair community or new to researching stuff about natural hair, probably have no clue what I'm talking about when I use those terms, because I know for myself that when I started early on in my hair growth journey, I was confused by all these terms, had to do my research. So I'm here to help you guys out a little bit, dish out some information so that you guys are, we both on the same page. So first thing is, what is hair porosity? So hair porosity in a nutshell is basically your hair's ability to absorb and hold onto moisture. The most basic way you can say it is that it's your hair's ability to absorb and also retain the moisture that it is absorbing. When you look at a picture of a hair strand, like under a microscope, diagram inserted, you can see that there's kind of those like layers, like the little lines kind of on it. So that's like the cuticle there, like the hair cuticle, that's kind of that structure. So basically hair porosity is determined by how open or like closed your hair cuticle is. Basically the way it works is if you have an open cuticle, moisture will be able to get in easy, but if it's always open, your hair will lose moisture really fast. If you have a really tight, closed cuticle, it'll be really hard for moisture to get in, but when it's in, it's in. But it's the most difficult thing to get moisture into the hair. And then, the perfect size, I guess, or like the perfect size for the cuticle would be like in the middle. Like you can retain the moisture that you're absorbing and you can absorb it pretty easily, but not too easily. Yes, okay, so let's start with explaining the specific hair porosities. So I'm going to start with low porosity. Low porosity is basically where the cuticle is closed. It's very tightly closed and it's really hard for moisture to get into the hair cuticle. once that moisture is in, the hair strand can retain that moisture, but it's just really difficult for the moisture to get into the hair strand. So basically, in general, when you think about it, it will take longer for this hair type to get saturated with water. So like when you're washing your hair, it will take longer for your hair to be completely soaked just because of how long it takes and how hard it is for that water to actually penetrate the hair strand. Okay, so if we're talking about behaviors for low porosity hair, again, taking longer for the hair to be saturated with water. Also, product buildup is a big one for people with low porosity, just because their hair can't absorb all of that product really fast. So putting layers and layers of product on your hair is going to cause product buildup, just because the strand is taking a longer time to actually absorb the product and absorb the moisture from the product. So here are some things, some tips and tricks to help if you have low porosity hair. First thing I can say to you is stick to those lighter products. Stay away from those like heavy butters and stuff, because it's going to be way more difficult for your hair strand to absorb those heavier products. Stick to like those you know, milky curl cream, those like milky curl creams, the curl milks, you know, the lighter leave-in conditioners, like not really the heavy ones, because those are gonna be your best friend. Also, when it comes to oils, stick to those lighter oils, you know, olive oil, sweet almond oil, like not the ones that are too thick, because again, even though an oil is a sealant, you want to be avoiding that product buildup as much as possible. Another trick that I've seen a lot of people with low porosity hair do is actually use heat while they're deep conditioning, because that helps open up the cuticle so that the deep conditioner can be more effective and the hair can actually absorb the moisture from the deep conditioner. So whether that be like a steam cap, or I've seen people literally just like have the shower cap on and like hold a blow dryer over their hair, like something like that, just to open up that cuticle and make the deep conditioner more effective for you. And then another thing, my third tip for people with low porosity hair is humectants. So I've actually explained this in one of my videos before. A humectant basically is just a substance that can attract moisture from the environment, right? So in terms of hair, like an example of that would be olive oil. So basically, if you have olive oil in your hair, it is going to be way easier for your hair to remain moisturized, just because it's going to be attracting those environmental moistures and bringing them to your hair. Okay, now on to normal porosity. So normal porosity is in the middle. The cuticle is like not too open and not too tight, you know? So basically, this is actually the easiest hair porosity to maintain, just because, you know, you apply product to your hair, it goes in nicely, you don't lose it fast, you know, you don't absorb too much of it, you don't absorb too little of it, like you're right there in the middle, like perfection. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about that one. It's the least amount of maintenance when it comes to hair porosity. So if you have no porosity, good for you. Good for you. You don't have to deal with low porosity or high porosity problems. Now on to high porosity. So this is actually my hair porosity, so I do know a lot more about this from experience. So high porosity is when there are gaps and like holes in the cuticle, and the cuticle is like too open. So it's really easy for moisture to get in, to the point that you can actually be absorbing too much moisture, but then it's very easy to lose that moisture because the cuticle is always open, so there's nothing really like retaining the moisture in the hair strand. So high porosity hair often occurs from like damage, like relaxing, or like heat damage, like color treating and stuff like that, but it also can be hereditary. So for me, I mean, I did relax my hair before, but that was like a while back. Like, I've had healthy hair for like a really long time. I'm not saying that I'm at like prime maximum health, because I know that my hair can be healthier, but I have had healthy hair for a long time. So I don't know whether it's just like a thing, because my mom also has like high porosity hair and she hasn't relaxed in like forever. So maybe it is hereditary for me. But here are some behaviors of high porosity hair. So basically, high porosity hair is going to dry quickly. Reason being is that even though it's going to absorb all that water, the water is going to leave the hair very quickly and it is going to dry very quickly. Another thing is that high porosity hair sometimes absorbs too much moisture from products being used, which can actually lead to frizz. So this hair type tends to be like quite frizzy when wet. Like, even if you have curls, they're not going to define as much because of the frizz, which is really annoying for me. Really annoying. Like, I hate that so much, but you know what, you learn to love it, you learn to deal with it, you learn to rock the frizz. So here are some tips and tricks for those of you like me who have high porosity hair. So use anti-humectants in humid climates. So anti-humectants are obviously the opposite of humectants, but these are going to be the substances and, like, you know, those oils, those creams and stuff that are going to not be absorbing, you know, that humidity from the air and those environmental moistures. When you have high porosity hair and you're in a humid environment, you know if you know, the frizz. Don't even get me started. I went to Mexico with my natural hair and I had never seen such shrinkage. I was like, wow. So you guys know it's a thing. Try to use those anti-humectants, you know, try to use those anti-humectants to prevent your hair from frizzing from the environment as much as you can. Okay, so in terms of moisture, the key here is layers. So, you know, like the lock method and the LCO method, if you don't know what those are, search it up. So basically the lock method is leave-in conditioner oil cream, and LCO is leave-in conditioner cream oil. So basically layers are gonna be your best friend, and the reason why is because you are actually just packing on that like moisture onto your hair so that it can stay as long as possible. You really need those oils to seal in that moisture so that the moisture can stay in your hair strand as long as possible. So obviously this is something that low porosity people want to avoid because of product buildup, but when it comes to people with high porosity, it's way harder for us to actually experience product buildup. I have never experienced product buildup once in my life. I feel like you'd have to go really excessive with high porosity hair to experience product buildup. So basically when I wash my hair, I would basically just spray my aloe vera juice after it's washed and I've deep conditioned, done all that, and then I will put in my leave-in conditioner and my oil on top. Basically, high porosity people should go for those thicker products, those thicker leave-in conditioners, the thicker butters, those thicker oils, stuff like that, because that's really what's going to keep the moisture in your hair strand for as long as possible. So for me, I'm not really a butter kind of person unless I'm putting my hair into twists and I need to have moisture in there for a long time. Like, I'm not going to be doing my hair every week, then I'll probably apply a butter to my hair, but most of the time it will be that oil and it will be the leave-in conditioner and the oil. So yeah, those sealers are very important. The last thing that I believe is key for people with high porosity hair is protein treatments. So basically those protein treatments are really going to provide your hair with the protein it needs to be able to fill in those gaps in your cuticle. So it's kind of like healing the cuticle temporarily, but over time it really does do things for your hair and improve your hair's health. So I started doing protein treatments a few months back, and you don't have to do them too often. Like, I do mine once a month. You don't want to do protein treatments too often, just because your hair could become too hard from them, or like too strong, and that can actually cause breakage. So in the end, you'll end up doing more harm than good. But I do it once a month, and basically I think it depends on the person, it depends on the head of hair, because some people's hair is protein sensitive, so you might have to just be wary of that and get to know your own hair before jumping to any conclusions. But I've been doing once a month, and once a month has been working for me. Basically, do my protein treatment at the beginning of the month, and then for the next 3 weeks, I'll just do my normal deep condition, and then cycle starts all over. So that has been working for me, and it really helps to achieve that perfect protein moisture balance that we are looking for that healthy head of hair. So in terms of protein treatments, you can use, like, the ones that I've seen used so far are like AphoG, or did I say that right? I think it's AphoG. I think it is AphoG, and the Shea Moisture Manuka honey and yogurt one. That one is the one that I use, and I feel like it really works for me, and it's just amazing. When I use it, my hair feels moisturized, it feels strengthened, replenished, curls are popping, you know, limiting that frizz, just because it's kind of correcting my hair in a way. So I really do love that Shea Moisture one. But you can also do DIY ones at home with yogurts or eggs, stuff like that. There's a lot of recipes online that you can find, or just go into a hair store and look for protein treatments. You can probably find some at your local Shoppers Drug Mart, Sally's, or wherever you guys go to find your hair products. Okay, so on figuring out your hair type, there was kind of a few behavioral attributes that I did drop in each hair porosity, like when I was explaining the different types. But there are like some tests, I guess, that you can do to like figure it out. So one I've heard about a lot is the cup test, but also I don't think it really works, and a lot of people have said that it's not that accurate, because just there are too many factors that could, you know, invalidate the experiment. So basically, for the cup test, if you still want to do it, you basically just get a strand of hair and you place it in a cup and you leave it for like a few minutes or something, like let's just say 10 minutes. You can search this up because I might be wrong. So you leave it in the cup for a few minutes, and basically if it like stays floating on the top, you have low porosity, I think. No, if it stays floating on the top, you have low porosity hair. If it's like, you know, kind of in the middle, you have like normal porosity hair. And then if it sinks to the bottom, you have high porosity hair. I don't really understand the science behind that, and a lot of people again have said that it's been inaccurate for them. But to be honest, my thing that I can say to you that's probably the best way to know is just know your hair, spend time with your hair, understand the behaviors, and then you will be able to figure out whether your hair is high porosity, non-porosity, or low porosity. And other things that you can do are like quizzes online, which will like ask you like, does your hair do this? Like, does your hair do this? What do you do to do this? Like, they will ask you those kind of questions, and that will kind of give you an idea. So stuff like that can help you figure out what hair porosity you have, and therefore how to really perfect, and this will help you really guide your hair care routine so that, you know, you can provide maximum health and give your hair the maximum chance for ultimate hair growth. So that is it for this hair education video, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you guys have any new video ideas for me or new things that you would want to see me do, please let me know. Drop it in the comments below. DM me at my Instagram, tana.d haircare. If you don't follow my Instagram, go follow my Instagram so that you can see when I am releasing new videos and just see what your girl's doing behind the scenes, you know, because I've been trying to drop a lot more behind the scenes stuff on my Instagram. So go check that out. Go follow my Instagram. Share this video with your friends. Share my channel with your friends. Share it with everybody, guys, because support is key. I just want to thank you guys for the support you've given me so far, and I've really been enjoying myself. I won't even lie, I've been having the time of my life, and this is kind of fun, so I think I'm gonna start doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it. Anyway, for next week's video, I will be doing kind of an overview for my 2-week, I will be doing an overview for my 2-week hair care routine, just so that you guys can see what I do behind the scenes, you know, not on camera, just what I feel helps me grow my hair, keep my hair healthy. So yes, I look forward to you guys seeing that, and see you guys in the next video.